Question 26. Metal atoms combine with non-metal atoms to form ionic compounds, but molten lithium iodide does not conduct electricity. This shows that lithium iodide is not ionic because I. Lithium ion is small and has a low polarizing power. Iodide is large and has a high polarizability. Lithium ion is small and has a high polarizing power. IV. Iodide ion is large and has a low polarizability. So A. III and IV only. B. I and IV only. C. II and III only. D. I and II only. The correct answer is C. II and III only. Explanation. This question is trying to make you think about a concept called covalent character in ionic bonds. Okay, so hence lithium ion is small, which means high polarizing power. Iodide ion is large, which means high polarizability. Therefore, the bond becomes more like a covalent bond. 27. What mass of sodium trioxocarbonate 4 is required to produce 67.2 dm cubed of carbon dioxide at standard temperature and pressure? Take the equation sodium carbonate plus 2HCl going into 2NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. Take molar mass of sodium carbonate to be equal to 106.0 and molar volume to be equal to 22.4 dm cubed. A. 60.0 grams. B. 318.0 grams. C. 101.0 grams. D. 428.0 grams. The correct answer is B. 318.0 grams. Explanation. So the moles of CO2 equals volume of CO2 divided by molar volume at standard temperature and pressure. So we have the equation sodium carbonate, which is solid, plus 2HCl going into 2NaCl plus H2O plus carbon dioxide. We are told that carbon dioxide, the volume is 67.2 dm cubed. So at standard temperature and pressure, 1 mole of a gas is 22.4 dm cubed. So the moles of carbon dioxide would be 67.2 dm cubed divided by 22.4 dm cubed, which will give you 3 moles. So now that we have the moles of carbon dioxide, from the balanced equation, 1 mole of sodium carbonate gives you 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Hence 3 moles of carbon dioxide would give you 3 moles of sodium carbonate. So now the mass of sodium carbonate would be moles times molar mass. So that will give you 3 moles times 106 grams per mole, giving you 318.0 grams of sodium trioxocarbonate 4. Question 28. Which of the following changes of state would result in release of energy? A. H2O solid goes into H2O liquid. B. H2O liquid changes to H2O gas. C. H2O gas changes to H2O liquid. D. H2O solid changes to H2O gas. The correct answer is C. H2O gas changes to H2O liquid. Explanation: when gas turns to liquid, it's like steam becoming water. Energy is released. It is the opposite of boiling. Think of it like this: cooling down gives off heat. That is why this change releases energy. Question 29. Scientists whose experiments gave evidence about the nature and structure of the atom include A. Lord Rutherford, B. M. Faraday, C. Le Chatelier, D. Robert Boyle. The correct answer is A. Lord Rutherford. Explanation: Rutherford shot alpha particles at gold foil, expecting them to pass straight through. But the surprise was that some of the alpha particles bounced back. This told him that atoms have a dense, tiny nucleus, like finding the small, tiny seeds inside watermelon. Question 30. When gases combine, they do so in volumes which bear a simple ratio to one another and to the volume of the product. Under which condition does this law hold? A. Homogeneous gaseous volumes measured at the same temperature and pressure. B. Volume measured at the same temperature and pressure. C. Homogeneous gaseous volumes measured at the same temperature only. D. Volume measured at the same pressure only. The correct answer is A. Homogeneous gaseous volumes at the same temperature and pressure. Explanation: Gay-Lussac's law is about combining volumes of gases, but it only works if all gases are under the same conditions, which is same temperature, same pressure. That way, the volume ratios reflect the moles ratios.
If this is helpful, subscribe and stay tuned.
KokoChem be the plug, make you no dull. From JHS to researchers, we teach all.